right. Hello. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Thank you for joining me. I have a doozy for you. I was sent this. So we are going to read it. I shot my stalker tonight. That's the title. I shot my stalker tonight. I shot my stalker tonight. What? Oh, trigger warning. Yes. If this is too much, it's a little bit heavy. It's going to be a wild one. I can already tell just by the title. So maybe skip to another happier one. We got heaps on here. I shot my stalker tonight. For the past 6 months, I've been relentlessly stalked and had threats against my life made from someone I dated for a month. For a month? Hell? It started with phone calls upwards of 45 to 50 a day, 50-page text messages, and him showing up outside of my house at 5 a.m. When I would not comply or feed the negative attention, I began receiving threats, claims that he would murder me and get away with it. All he would have to do is flee the country. Telling me he shouldn't have to force me to be his friend or give him another chance or else. Wow, sounds like a threat to me. Why the hell would she want to do that? Every time I blocked his number from contacting me, he would then call me from different ones, try and pretend to be other people or have his friends or sometimes even random strangers he'd ask on the streets. This guy sounds unhinged. I once scared an unsuspecting guy half to death after informing him that the person who had just told him to call me was actually stalking me, and I sent him proof. He ended up calling the police on him. He fled, of course. Of course, they always do. After about 2 months of that, I was evicted from my apartment building due to my neighbors no longer feeling safe because of his looming presence. What about you, though? Did they not care? My God, you had no control of this guy's actions? Oh, okay. Was not expecting to read something so heavy after work. I'm glad we're doing this together, though. Holy, let's continue. I then applied for and was granted a TPO. Hold on, right. Okay, must be a little bit different where you're from. A few days after I received a picture message of the note the sheriff had left on the door of my stalker's then residence with the message taunting me that, "What are you trying to do with a stupid restraining order? Is just a piece of paper." What? I received a picture message of the sheriff received a picture message of the note the sheriff had left on the door of my stalker's residence with a message taunting me that said, "What are you trying to do with this stupid restraining order is just a piece of paper." Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. It's crazy because no matter what you do, there's literally no protection for when this happens to anybody. No one seems to be able to help anybody. I know in Australia, domestic violence is really bad. It's like once a week a woman is murdered by somebody that she knows. And pretty much a lot of women have said when they've gone for help that they really can't do anything for them unless they're touched. So they're literally being harassed like this. And it's crazy. It's it's unimaginable to be in these situations. I can't even imagine this. I'm so sorry, OP. Wow. So ultimately, he just ended up avoiding the process server, and I was not being protected at all. May 31st of this year, I relocated. This did not deter my stalker. He vowed to find wherever I moved to, and threatened that if he couldn't find me, he would be able to find my family and then proceed to send me a map of my mother's home, whom he had never met. This guy needs to be locked up. I received a message from a woman claiming to be my former landlord, letting me know that I owed a balance on my account and to avoid late fees, I needed to pay the amount, which I could do with the link provided in the message. Turns out it was my stalker pretending to be the woman, and the link turned out to be a tool used to grab the user's IP address. Oh my god, grab the user's IP address when you click the link. Oh my god. I don't know how much more I can read of this. Upon discovering this, I changed my phone number and began systematically dismantling any trace of any online presence I once had. This action only seemed to anger him, and before deleting the profiles outright, I would attempt to block him from contacting me. Each and every time I blocked one, he simply created a new one and proceeded to contact me as if nothing had happened. 12 different Reddit accounts, 9 different Tumblrs, 10 different Instagram, 3 Meetup accounts, 4 Facebook groups, with which he changed his location to that of my hometown and proceeded to add nearly everyone from my graduating class in high school. My god. And even 3 Duolingo accounts and MySpace. Yes, MySpace. I then received an empty package from him addressed to my former residence with the declaration, address correction request. Do not forward. I'm assuming he thought that the post office would adhere to his requests and return the package to him with my new correct address on it. My god. I'm so glad they did not. Mid-July, he created a profile using photos and likenesses to threaten my family. When I didn't respond, he proceeded to post semi-nude pictures of me on his profile in an attempt to blackmail me into speaking with him. I'm just shocked that the police didn't do anything about, like, it's against the law to post semi-nude photos. Isn't that revenge porn? I did not contact Twitter to report the account and have it removed, which they eventually did. I woke up at 8 p.m. to a vigorous knocking and ringing on my doorbell. I looked out my window to see who it was, and I was horrified to see my stalker there. I called the police, and of course he fled once again. Oh my god, what the fuck? This makes me so angry. Why? You were with this guy for a month. Like, get the hint. Far out. What is wrong with these people? Wow. Over 7 separate police reports were filed. This incident was followed by threatening emails by my stalker, demanding that I meet him somewhere, or because he had found me that next time I would wake up to gunshots. And if that I didn't, he would first, and that if I didn't, he would first taser me and rape me using my boyfriend's blood as lube. This past Sunday night, I woke up at 6:45 a.m. to a ringing and banging again. I proceeded to record him on video while I was on the phone with police. He fled on foot once again, and I was hit with the same excuses from law enforcement. Well, we can't really do much because technically at this point he's not doing anything wrong. How is he not doing anything wrong? He is stalking her, making her feel unsafe in her own home. He has repeatedly threatened her. How do they classify as that not doing anything? That is the same thing that happens with domestic violence cases. They pretty much say they can't do anything. They can put in a report unless he does something, and then in most cases it's too late. It's too late. There needs to be stronger laws to protect people from this type of crime. This happening. Oh my god. I attained a TOP again, but I have no solid address for this dangerous person, which is why I am in dire need of a private investigator to assist with finding said residence so this person can be served. He should just be arrested, not served. He's not gonna care about a piece of paper. He's made that blatantly clear. I hope you might be able to refer me to someone who might be able to assist me. I have developed insomnia, depression, anxiety, and paranoia. I am completely isolated. I am 22 years old and have no social life anymore. I have 0 friends. I have become a shell of my former self. I have faced eviction, lost a job because of this man's behavior, and I don't know how much longer I can survive. There's actually so much more filler shit that he has done to terrorize me, but for the sake of this already lengthy post, I have tried to condense it. I have proof in the form of records, event diaries, and copies of his threats, interactions, and attempts to communicate, and would be more than willing to email to show that I'm not lying. I am in Las Vegas, if that helps at all. Wow. 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 Okay. So she's looking for a private investigator. So that was her first post. We actually get an update on this incident, you poor darling. Like, honestly, I can't believe there isn't more that can be done to stop people from experience this. She's been terrorized for months by a man stalking her, threatening her life, and nothing can be done. I'm writing this staring at the mess the police left me in a bit of a fog. After 6 months of stalking and threats against my life, my stalker finally snapped and decided to kick my door in and make good on his promise. Out of fear, the past month, I began sleeping with the chair propped against the front door to give myself an extra few precious seconds in case of an emergency. Oh my goodness. I shudder to think how differently things might have turned out had I not barricaded the door. I woke up around 1:15 a.m. to the sound of the door giving way after one knock, followed by the sound of my stalker struggling to dislodge the chair while forcing his way inside. I jumped up and grabbed the gun I've learned to do everything with, even shower with. I stood at the top of my stair and fired twice, hitting him in the chest. I hear him scream. His disbelief that I stood up for myself. I've never been so afraid. I can't even speak. I am so overwhelmed by this story. I've never been so afraid in my life. I do not know if he's living, but I do know that the police have him, and that's what helps the most. For months of him evading police, I began to question whether he was unstoppable, untraceable Houdini. He would murder me and get away with it. As of now, I'm in a haze of guilt, surprise, relief, and disbelief. I shook as the canines dragged him out from his hiding place under the bush. Oh my god, so he took off again. Okay. I'm in a haze of guilt, surprise, relief, and disbelief. I survived where so many people do not. Holy shit, I survived. That is 100% correct. So many people that have been in similar situations don't survive. It's too late for them. Oh my god, OP, you are incredible. You did the right thing. I am so relieved for you that this is over, and I'm so grateful that this turned out the way it did. It could have gone very differently for you. Okay, so wild. Okay. Okay, so OP is giving it a final update. I'm gonna read it together. Okay. The outpouring of support is wild. I can't thank everybody enough. Everyone can be a critic, and the fact still remains. You don't know what you will do in that situation until it's presented in front of you. Those who believe there was other things to be done had never had someone tell you that you no longer deserve to draw breath and mean it 100%. He stalked you and threatened you for long enough. I think if I was in your position, I would have done the same thing to protect myself, because nobody was protecting you at all. And for those should have fired a warning shot, folks, there are no warning shots. A gun is a deadly force. You only pull the trigger if you are in fear for your life, and all other methods of deterring are gone. When he kicked my door in, there was no longer a deterrent preventing harm. Warning shots are dangerous. and could hurt the unintended. Yes, 100%. Like he could have shot it into somebody, into the neighbor's wall and accidentally killed them. And also, he's trespassing. I'm pretty sure in the US, like, if somebody's trespassing, you have the right to defend yourself. So I don't condone guns. But in this situation, if I was in it, I would have done the same thing as you, OP. Yeah. This is not a Wild West movie. That's what unresponsible gun ownership is. I'll update once things have calmed down a bit more, I promise. I'll write back to everyone after being isolated for so long. Anyone who wants to be a friend, I am always accepting those. Okay, and unfortunately, we don't get an update from OP. And OP, if you see this, I want to be your friend. Please reach out to me. We can be besties. I am just so grateful that you're alive and well from what I have seen. If you have an update, though, please email me. Contact me. I would love to hear from you. Whew, that's wild. What do you guys think in the comments below? Let me know your thoughts. Did she do the right thing? I 100% think she did the right thing. She was defending herself. She was terrorized and threatened for months with law enforcement not doing much because apparently you can't do anything because he hasn't done anything yet, which is just wild. They need to change the laws. Anyway, I'm getting on a bit of a tangent. I feel just the anxiety is coursing through me. So yes, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. I gotta go calm down. But that's it, folks. Okay, thank you again for joining me. I loved having you. I loved hanging out with you. Look, if you like hanging out with me and going on these wild adventures together, consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any crazy or unhinged stories you'd like to share with me, please send me an email. I love hearing from all of my besties out there. So thank you so much. And that is it. I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for joining me tonight. I love you all so much. Please take care. Stay safe. And I'll catch you in the next one. I love you so much. Ciao, ciao for now. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Wow.